Good afternoon, Ms. Ferguson. Thank you for joining me today. Today I would like to go over our observation that I got to observe a few days ago. Um, Today I want to look at some areas of reinforcement and some areas of refinement based on the observation I did. So to start with, what is the general impression about your lesson? How do you um, feel that the lesson went?
I think for the most part it went well. Um, in the beginning, the kids were not too terribly excited about writing. Period.
Okay.
So many of them don't like to write. But when once they realized, once they saw that that was going to be a haunted house that they were going to be describing, they got very excited about that.
Yes, and I did notice that. I did notice that the students, as soon as you brought up the purpose of the writing, their engagement levels were attentive. Like they were after that, you did not lose them. Like
No.
they were really into the lesson that you were presenting. Um, I also noticed how well your attention signals are and your focus on champs um, are. How do you think champs helps you with making the lesson go easy?
It definitely helps. Last year when I was new to
Mhm.
Teague, I did not utilize champs the way I should, and now that I'm starting off the year right from the get go with every single lesson and referring to, especially just the level and
Mhm.
how to get help. Um, Even in rotations and in the whole group lessons, I see that it has definitely it helps me keep them on task, and I
Mhm.
think it's working. I
And
think it
how do
works
you
a lot better.
feel that? Do you still think there's areas in champs that you still want to explore, or are you are you feeling really comfortable to the point where it is a positive feature in your classroom?
I'm starting to feel more comfortable with it. It is a much more positive thing going on in my classroom
Okay,
with
excellent. And
management.
excellent. Another thing that I noticed is your focus wall. How is that helping in your classroom?
It helps. It helps me and the students. When I would just have my red pocket
Hmm.
folder, they don't pay attention to that at all.
Yeah.
Um, and sometimes I, frankly, would forget to change things over. It
Okay.
just kind of became part of the wall and kind of boring.
Uh huh.
So with focus wall, bright colors. The posters are
Hmm.
laminated. I don't forget to change those over on Friday, and the kids are looking at
Yeah.
them and
And
talking.
I did notice that you did anchor your lesson with a bit. You framed your lesson. You told them what the purpose of the lesson was, and you when you ended the lesson, went back to this was the purpose for writing, which I thought was very important for the kids to make sure that they um, were understanding what you were doing.
And it's helping me do that.
And
It's
yeah,
helping me stay on task to do
exactly.
those things.
Okay. I also noticed that your classroom management, your students had their supplies at the ready. Is it something that the kids came up with you, or is it something that you just?
Well, I've refined that as well
Hmm.
this year, giving, last year only certain students had jobs.
Hmm.
Class supplies was not one of them,
Hmm.
so that is now a job this year. And just in putting a little more money into some organizational things to make
Okay.
sure those supplies are ready to go and they know where they
So
are.
you're starting to see that a lot of the refinements that you had last year, you're applying them this year, and they're
Yes.
being a positive to your classroom.
Yes, to
Oh,
me and the kids.
okay, so now I'm gonna switch gears a little bit, and we're gonna talk a little bit of some areas of refinement that we should look at.
Okay.
Um, how do you think? What are some things that you feel should still need a little bit of refinement in your according to the lesson and what's happening in your classroom?
Okay. I think maybe my signal needs to change. When
Okay.
I'm calling them to attention, um, the 5 4 3 2 1
Okay.
doesn't seem to work.
Okay.
So I need to come up with something different for that. And you didn't see this, but in thinking of, we did some rotations, my transitions from one rotation to another
Okay.
is I need some help there.
Yeah, because what I saw is I saw the end of your whole group lesson and their independent practice, so I didn't get to see the rotations.
Right.
Okay, so another thing I noticed is how do you decide when to pick what students to pick when asking questions?
Um, well, so I've started using the popsicle sticks,
Okay.
and I will pull the name, but if I pull a name of somebody, sometimes I try to hide it from the kids, and I'll have maybe two or three popsicle sticks, and I'll let a couple of slide because I know which one is going to be. I don't want to embarrass somebody when they don't know the answer. I feel bad when I call on somebody and they don't know.
Okay. Okay. One more thing that our school has been working on a lot, and I think it's one of the goals that we've been looking forward to, that we've been striving to, is differentiation in in questioning and in the assignment. How do you feel? How do you feel in that process?
Not the best. I definitely need some help there, and I need some ideas on what to.
On
And I think a lot of it is finding, not so much question asking. It's more, in rotations themselves, whatever we're doing, finding the levels, three lessons, three separate things on the same lesson for my low, my on level, my high. That's hard to find.
so okay, so what you're saying is more of not the questioning, but the resources. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. And some areas where that can help is with other teachers when you're doing our PLCs, discussing, hey, we need help making sure that we have those differentiation, because I think that might be a little easier if you get it with your PLC. So that'd be something
Right.
maybe that could help you out in that aspect. As you look as how the lesson went, what else would you think I need more refinement in, or
Um, I don't know.
okay,
I know there is some,
yeah,
but I don't know.
okay.
Um,
So then, I, I, I think that what you pointed out in your refinements was something that I did notice too. I noticed that maybe the attention signal was a little weak, and the differentiation needs to maybe we need to work on that. So what I recommend is like I said, try to find out from other teachers what is their attention signal, what is it, what is some tools that they use. Like I said, the way you use champs, they know that is a very good resource to setting up the tone of the classroom environment. But sometimes those transitional words, those transition um, signals
sure.
help with and help what's it called, with time management, because I know as when you're divided like you are with just teaching ELA, time management is a big issue, not an issue but
Yes.
a big thing that we need to take into consideration. And as for the differentiation, like I said, when meeting with PLCs, I know that our PLCs are most everything is planned to the T, but I think we need to focus more a little bit more on, okay, how can we together find that differentiation? And it's difficult because it's based on the needs of the students.
Right.
Okay, so thank you very much for sitting with me.
Thank you.
And we'll be looking at that area of refinement, and next time that we'll see you, we'll pay a little bit more closer attention to that.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you,
Okay.
Mr. Morales.
Thank you so much.